irony. At least I find humor in it.
I am not aware of any games made after 1990, so I can't comment on Zelda 3.
And we've got a 250 rupee blue ring.
Yeah, and pretty cheap meat.
Monocle Rock breaking open tells me this is a mixed overworld for sure, because that does not open in second quest.
That is correct.
What I can tell you is that is a very big secret.
Yeah, now with a mixed quest overworld, you can have second quest or first quest item distributions in turn, so that there might be only one of those big secrets, or there might be 3 of them. There are tells for that are kind of subtle. We haven't seen any yet. Chessjerk finding the power bracelet under the Armos with the first quest blue ring shop, second quest level 2 by the lake, and so the Armos location is shuffled, but it's still a power bracelet. And Bulleta finding a level, and we have hidden dungeons. This looks initially like it's second quest level 6, because we see this room that is from second quest level 6. And it also looks like fully ladder blocked, unless there's a, if I'm reading the entrance correctly. Bulleta's a huge fan of second quest, so she probably recognized that immediately.
Yeah, that room that you saw at the start of the dungeon Bulleta was in, that is a room you only see either in second quest dungeons, or if a flag is selected for second quest rooms. Yeah. Second quest rooms being a staple of consternation flags that chessjerk does run quite frequently from time to time.
Now we got Bulleta in a green dungeon, chessjerk in a gray dungeon. It looks like if I assume on shuffled palettes, because that was the level 6 palette, I think we may be looking at second quest 7 on chessjerk's side and second quest 4 on Bulleta's side, or
chat saying
4 or 8. I'm not sure. I haven't read it yet. It's hard to tell because.
Meanwhile, we've got CJ using the beam strats on the Gleeok. Nicely done. Sees the map, but
doesn't want to help us out. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna assume he's in second quest 7, and he's so sure of that he didn't want to touch the map.
Now, for second quest dungeons, there are a few key things to keep in mind. The middle row's push block that's farthest to the left can always move, even in first quest dungeons where that might not potentially be the case. Plus, there is such a thing as one-way staircases, as well as walk-through walls, so yeah. Second quest throws a lot of nasty tricks at the runners. Here's another one. Red Bubble Curse.
Yeah, in vanilla second quest, the red bubbles take away your sword semi-permanently until you hit a blue bubble or save and quit or do anything that refills your health, like go to an overworld fairy fountain or pick up Triforce, or drink a potion. The randomizer has a couple flags added, mainly intended for sword display, but also in the mix with this flag set. The red bubbles can do other things like slow you down or reverse your control, your D-pad controls. I think someone was saying she looked like she had her controls reversed when she hit that red bubble.
I mean, reverse controls can be worked with, but moving as slow as going up and down the ladders in the Lost Hills, ew, just no. That's just disgusting.
Yeah, the really tough thing about reverse controls is if you adjust to the reverse and immediately get immediately hit by a blue, then it can be really hard to readjust quickly. And yeah, this is looking like an 8 for sure that Bulleta's in. So we are starting with the giant second quest spiral dungeons first.
And chessjerk did a really nice job dodging the red bubbles, but it was all for naught as the staircase spit him out into a Goma room.
I got a vanilla mugger. He wants 50 rupees or 1 heart container. There will be 2 of those in 7.
Yep, and we've already seen both of them. And another impressive dodge of the red bubbles. And he pops out in the same Goma. Is that the same Goma room? Thought it was.
I didn't catch it close enough, but...
Meanwhile, and then on the respawn, gets trolled by a troll handler.
Yeah, this is not a friendly... Even with the 0 HP enemies, there are a lot of bosses which aren't 0 HP, and not a friendly place to be with only 3 hearts and no ring or anything, so...
Both runners sticking with their respective dungeons for the time being. But I gotta say, the 0 HP enemies definitely helps for this situation.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. Bulleta did up A after hitting a Chevy room.
Yeah, and you don't love spending a lot of time in these big dungeons, but they do need the Triforces here, so probably gonna stick around here at least until they pick those up. chessjerk has the compass, but it looks like that Triforce is all the way in the middle of the spiral, and he's starting on the outside, so gonna be a trek to get there.
Yeah, that looks like it's gonna be a long haul to get to, and suffice to say, some of the obstacles along that route aren't gonna do him any favors. Meanwhile, Bulleta is bouncing out of level 8 for the time being.
Yeah, it's always tough with Second Quest 8. You see a ladder block. There might be a way around it, but it might be super complicated. So maybe just hope the ladder's somewhere else. Go exploring and come back when you can have a little more freedom of movement. Saw a Triforce in its own room. Let's see, and we see the heart container in the Gliog room. Looks like we have unshuffled drops, which at least narrows down which rooms our runners have to kill if they are. Aware of that, which I'm guessing they both are.
There are a lot of staircases in Second Quest 7 and 8.
Now, one implication of that heart container being in the boss room is that heart shuffle may be off. At least we have no evidence that it's on. So, chessjerk has seen the Triforce, so he's just looking for a staircase. I think he's seen most of the transports by this point, so
Oh no, CJ got away from one wall master but grabbed by the other. That's about to start.
And too strong. Bulleta doing this clip that allows you to burn the Second Quest level 7 bush and without having to burn it from one side and come around the other, which was intended. Did not open.
See, that's one of the interesting things with a mixed overworld, is that you don't know which of the first quest exclusive spots are on, or second quest exclusive spots for that matter.
That was a nice That was a nice little bomb force by Bulleta. She, I mean, one of those bombs was random, but one of them had to be forced because there's no 2 bombs in a row on the drop table. So she got that 10 count and managed to build it up and keep track of it on the overworld. It was nice to see. Now, CJ's done a lot of this 7 now. I think at this point you might be pot committed to finding that staircase just so you don't have to come back here again.
Yeah, he's gotta be. At this point, it would be safe to assume he's definitely pot committed to this dungeon. When you've spent this much time in a dungeon, you are committed to it for better or for worse.
Yeah, Darkfall's making a good point in chat. Since we saw what looked like a ladder block in 6, that means non-vanilla items, because in vanilla second quest the ladder is in 6. Well, the ladder can't be ladder blocked by randomizer logic, so items probably shuffled. So with unshuffled items, he could do all this digging and just find a red candle, but could be something else.
Very much so, but that leaves me to ask, which dungeon would you rather dig? First quest 7 or second quest 7?
I'd actually go with second, just because you can go in all different directions in first quest, and it's easy to pick the wrong way. But chessjerk does find that staircase. It is just the magical boomerang. He's leaving it behind and booking it for the Triforce. It's an unfortunate gamble that his gamble didn't pay off, but on the other hand, at least he has the information. He never has to come back here again. Bulleta buying hints. She sees one community hint, which were they all community?
Yeah, all 3 were community hints. Shop to roll all community hints. But that does make it very likelihood that it is oops all community.
Yeah, but when you do see a community hint, you want to keep buying them, because their community can only show up in either community or mixed, and mixed is community plus helpful. So if some of them are community and some of them aren't, then at least you know everything's true that is meaningful. But if none of them were even phrased as meaningful, then probably not going to get any information from the hints. Bulleta finding what looks like level 2.
I'm doing a pirouette to get rid of a key door at the start.
Just going, yeah, definitely 2. I was just going by the palette, but...
Yep, the A is second quest 2.
There'll be one stair item in here, and probably one, I think it's one vertical walkthrough wall.
Yeah, I think if memory serves me, vanilla, it's to the A, to the middle of the A.
Right.
But I could be mistaken.
Yeah, it's yeah, the middle of the A has the recorder, and there's a chute above that sort of directs you to discover that that push walls are a thing in second quest, because that's the first time you encounter it.
Oh boy. This weren't 0 HP enemies, this could get nasty, as it's a Wizrobe dungeon.
Yeah, they're not asking a lot of them on offense, but it's going to test their dodging, because there's a lot going on in this. Fast keys, a lot of Wizrobes, a lot of reverse control bubbles. Just because it's 0 HP doesn't mean it's necessarily an easy seed.
Got a river blocking progress over to the right. Oh shoot.
And that is the That's interesting. We have a closed staircase in second quest level 2, and it has the bow in it.
That's an item we probably are going to need, if not for Ganon, for a Goma potentially. So yeah, definitely something you want to have in this situation.
Yeah. And I expect chessjerk will get that too once he finds level 2. It's not a very long dig, so unless he would have to dig 7 and not 2. He would a bunch of strange things would have to happen. So.
Well, there's
chessjerk finding 9. It is near start. Bulleta sees a Triforce. She's going to continue on. Maybe see if she can check out this floor item. We've seen a heart container on the floor, but she is not. Oh, she's also grabbing this shoot key. There's the walkthrough. Based on what we've seen so far, I'm expecting either a heart container or a floor item to show up in the Gliok room when she finds it. But how much further does she want to dig? When she doesn't even know whether heart shovel's on. Not much further. She's grabbing the Triforce.
Yep, so that's 2 Triforces each. 2 different dungeons.
And she's going back in. I guess there's some... The stuff she has left is closer to start, so that makes sense.
Could you, like, fries with that? Something amusing about that. Anyway, we've got a Gliok in an Aquamentus room and an open staircase.
Yeah, that's not actually an Aquamentus room. It's a room full of Gibdos in the vanilla game, but it's a same transport stair as Second Quest 2 usually has, but not what she's looking for. She's just looking for a floor drop. And it looks like the transport goes to useless transport staircase.
Definitely.
I think she was hoping for a way to not use that key, but there isn't.
Game said no. Meanwhile, CJ is in another dungeon.
Yeah, this looks like level 1. Will be floor items only here. I always find Second Quest level 1 kind of disappointing because not only is it has fewer items than First Quest level 1, and unlike First Quest level 1, the walls aren't all bombable. There's a transport somewhere. So
yep, and I do believe CJ has found it.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that transport is normally open, and but it was closed on both sides, which we saw in another dungeon too. I'm thinking remove most open stairs is on.
That is probable. Bulleta has picked up the power bracelet as well as the letter. And game, that is just a rude place to put a map behind a ladder block.
Oh, that's actually exactly where it is in First Quest level 1. You have to. It's been so long since I've actually gone to get the map, but I think it's like a convoluted path to like go around and get it. But it's set up so you will see it across the river first. Little troll. Now, this is the Aquamentus room. Should be a floor drop here. It's another heart.
It's a heart, so heart shuffle's definitely off.
Yeah, I mean, it's unlikely at this point. And this is the boomerang room, so we should get the floor drop in here, unless it's just what the room looks like. And the floor drop's the recorder. So that's gonna, I mean, first of all, it's a mixed quest overworld. There are a bunch of spots the recorder opens. Also, there are 2 separate flags that are set to 50-50 that affect the recorder. One of them is whistle to new dungeons or not, meaning in the vanilla game, both first and second quest, the recorder goes to all the first quest dungeon locations. In the randomizer, if whistle to new dungeons is on, it goes to the location of the dungeons that are actually in the seed you're playing. The other flag is whistle to beaten or unbeaten dungeons, and normally the recorder goes to the dungeons you have the Triforce for, but sometimes it goes to the ones you don't have the Triforce for, which can add a wrinkle. Looks like it's vanilla unbeaten, because that took him to 2. Oh, but 2 is at 2, so maybe it could be unbeaten. It could be new unbeaten or vanilla unbeaten. We don't know, because they happen to be.
No, that's 3.
Oh, well, yes, but 3 is linked to 2 from the Triforce's perspective. So if you whistle right once, you will land at second quest level 3 in second quest. So we don't know the whistle flags yet, and until he beats level 3 and blows it again, we won't. Because the way the whistle works in second quest, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, and 7 and 8 reverse their slots for the purposes of where the Triforce is positioned, as well as where the recorder goes. And the book on the floor.
There's the book. CJ's going to pick it up. Now the question is, where's the Triforce? Or is he just going to back out?
Well, he can whistle back here at any time if it's on and what he's thinking, and he doesn't want to pick up the Triforce if he's thinking about using it as a whistle spot. Oh, it is whistled unbeaten for sure. It was whistled new unbeaten. So he just found level 2, which is, as I just explained, is anchored to the level 3 Triforce slot. So he's going to find all the dungeons he's missing very quickly.
Meanwhile, Bulleta's in second quest 7.
Yeah, we'll see if now if she Triforces and goes here, that'll catch her up a lot, because that's not what CJ did. What she needs, I mean, that recorder, given the recorder flags, that's a huge advantage, having the recorder, and you want to get to it as soon as possible if you want to win this race. So if you're a Bulleta fan, you're hoping she doesn't sink as much time into this as chessjerk did.
Chat's saying that the recorder theme is something from Super Mario RPG. We do not have that audio, so we're not able to confirm nor deny that, but we will keep that in mind.
Yeah, I usually don't recognize the recorder tunes and just assume it's some sort of SNES RPG that I never played.
Ooh, CJ gets bopped by the manhandler. Forest Maze is one that I have heard in this rando.
Trying to get control of her D-pad back before she leaves this room.
Well, CJ couldn't get away from the red bubbles forever. Now, one thing I will say is trying to deal with keystone reverse controls can be quite irritating. Ooh, nice dodge, taking the hit from the blue bubble in lieu of the Wizrobe beam from the red Wizrobe. That's 4 hearts of damage. That really hurts.
I wonder if CJ's controls are still reversed.
I believe they are, because...
Yeah, based on how he's moving, it's he's being awfully tentative. Do you know part of the book?
What are you doing, CJ? I know
what he's doing is the
reverse, but you sort of need that.
Yeah. What he's doing is his controls were reversed, so he was holding down and definitely not noping out of the bow on purpose. Yeah.
Oh, that just kept things more interesting, I'll say that much.
Let us see the Triforce. She's not grabbing it yet. She sees it. That's right, the heart's right here. So she'll have one item.
And CJ's got the Triforce out of level 2. That Triforce pickup also clears the red bubble curse, FYI.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Bulleta, well, Bulleta gets red bubble. That may push her to just grab the Triforce, which would be exactly the right decision. So that red bubble, a blessing in disguise if she's doing what I think she's doing.
Yeah, it looks like it. She's going right for the Triforce and calling it a dungeon, which is the right call here because, well, she doesn't know it yet, but what we know she doesn't is that's the blue boomerang, and you're not going to need that. Nah.
So, so chessjerk finished level 2, whistled right, which would bring him to 4, because it actually the one up from where he was is the 4 Triforce slot, which is second quest 5, but he already has the 5 Triforce, and it only goes to the unbeaten one, so now he's in 4. The giant D. There are two basement items in here.
Yeah, although so this is definitely a dungeon worth digging out.
I don't know. He has the bow, and he has recorded unbeaten dungeons. I think you kind of just rush the Triforce and go, unless you. I mean, he hasn't seen the red ring, so as far as he knows, silvers and red ring are forced to 9, which is another 50-50.
And our tracker, Darkfalls, does bring up a good point in chat.
Oh,
we
that's right.
need the ladder for 6, so it is definitely worth digging that out here. As CJ does get the heart drop in the dungeon.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I don't think has chessjerk seen 6? I don't think so. We saw that on Bulleta's side, right?
No, I don't think he's seen it yet, but...
I mean, he's gonna whistle right once and see it as soon as he goes outside. But question is he gonna have the ladder by then?
And Bulleta torches the Triforce in not sure what dungeon, but that was entertaining.
Gotta be 5. Yeah. Which it was a Triforce she already had, so she was memeing with it. But she's just grabbing it and going. I think unless you see a staircase immediately, not digging 5, probably not what you want to do.
And our third mugger was in second quest 4, so and an effective use of a bomb there. Smoke a Dodongo and destroy a bomb wall.
Yeah.
Nice
The muggers are unshuffled in second quest, and they are always in 2 and 7, 1 and 4, and we got a ladder in 4. So
yep.
I mean, now if you're chessjerk, do you look around for the other? I think you only go on a staircase if it's on the way to the Triforce from here, and just hope you don't have to come back. And he comes upon the bomb upgrade and has plenty of money for it, so definitely gonna take that. Now this could be a staircase, and it's 0 HP enemies, so Wizrobes aren't that tough a clear. No,
well, it could have been, but it's a drop instead. So CJ is going to get the Triforce out of level 4 and probably move on. That's his 5th.
Yeah, and he's going to... Yeah, he also has a level 3 Triforce. He's going to whistle right. He's going to land at level 6. He's going to walk in. He has the ladder, so he can beat it where Bulleta couldn't.
Right now, the recorder to unbeaten dungeons is proving to be a huge advantage for chessjerk. Bulleta's
Yeah.
gonna need to get to level 1 sooner rather than later.
Yeah, she's in 4 now, so if she routes it similar to chessjerk, she'll get the ladder and go to the and then the Triforce. But unfortunately, the ladder may just send her back to 6 because she knows where it is and knows it's just a ladder block. Where was 1 on the overworld? I don't remember now.
Not the only one. Perhaps chat remembers.
Yeah. Lost those power bracelet. All right, so yeah, she's gonna have to make it back there real quick to get back in this race. Or find the silvers somewhere that chessjerk nopes out of, and it end up being a required Ganon. So yeah, that old man. Despite seeing 3 community hints in the shop, we just saw a helpful hint from an old man. So it is mixed hints after all.
Yeah, that was definitely the rarity that I was alluding to, where a hint shop is just garbage, and then there's a helpful hint somewhere else. That is, you don't see very often, but yes, it does happen from time to time, and this was that. Well, we'll call it an oddity.
Yeah. So that makes you wonder about the other hint shop. Might be all good hints if one of them's all garbage.
That's a ladder clip on CJ's side. That is not easy to do. I've not been able to figure out how to get that to work just yet.
In Vanilla's second quest, there are wizards flying all over that room. I want to say it was. I'm not sure if Cananophone was the first to do it, but they switched to clipping to the side instead of up in that room for the speed run, and it seems a lot safer. But still a dangerous room.
Bulleta's on the right path. And, well, I was gonna say, oh shoot, but CJ did get the compass by virtue of being in the right side of the chute that had it, so it actually works out. And that room that CJ opened up had an old man spouting nonsense, asking if Link is, in fact, Luigi, aka Green Mario. Could the item in 6 be Goma blocked? That is a push block.
That is interesting. Now, Bulleta finds the ladder. Unlike, oh no, they both have the bow. Never mind. Yeah. So she has all these things, not just that chessjerk did have to continue. Although she hasn't seen the recorder, so she might be a little more interested in digging items, but probably not very far. Yeah. I would take that transport just to see if it goes to the Goma.
Yeah, because if it does, then you can rule out a Goma blocked item.
And if it goes somewhere else, then you know to worry about that. Now, this is going to be a staircase as well. This is what the ladder room looks like with that 5 rupee in the corner. Now, it won't necessarily be an item. It could be an item or a transport. It's just the other side of the transport, so the Goma may very well be the item. Well, the recorder was required to get into... we had level 3 at its vanilla spot, and our tracker hasn't marked it, but he did get the level 3 Triforce, I'm fairly sure. Unless I'm wrong about that, but... Oh, it was meat blocked, okay.
That would make sense because second quest dungeons have not one but two meat blocks.
Okay,
One in 3, one in 8.
so he'll just whistle back there when he's done, and oh, that's right. He skipped out on it. And I remember now. He left it behind because he can just go back to it. Like right now, for example. Yeah, he probably left it behind to have the whistle anchor spot. And this will reveal where level 8 is.
We've seen where level 8 is. CJ hasn't. Until now.
Oh, that's right. Bulleta had been in there and noped out. Now, one of the reasons that Bulleta noped out is at least some directions were ladder blocked, so that won't stop him. But Bulleta was checking a power bracelet spot. Hopefully, she will route those spots next, and that will lead her to level 1.
One Dodongo smoked.
Another overworld bomb force for Bulleta.
And
She
I think
is about to find level 1.
it.
Yeah.
Now, this is going to be the play that Bulleta needs to make to get back into this race, because we know the recorder is here.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean she's going to be playing catch up regardless, but it's not going to be a blowout now, at least.
Nah, but this does give her a chance regardless.
Yeah.
And CJ's claiming the Triforce. Meanwhile, Bulleta has the location of the level 1 Triforce. There's no way he could think he could get the Triforce out of, or rather had the Triforce out of 3, because otherwise the recorder wouldn't have brought him there. And yes, chat was right about the recorder theme, as it was Beware the Forest Mushrooms from Super Mario RPG, aka the Forest Maze. Oh, nice. Oh, okay, now we back. Sorry about that, folks. Technical difficulties do happen with these things from time to time. Tech hiccups happen, can I say? But yeah, with the win, chessjerk now moves on to the next round. Bulleta is playing this out. And those bubbles are... well, that mix of bubbles and dark nuts never seemed kind to me. That's good to know, because honestly, I started doing that myself at times, so I could just, especially in recent tournaments, so I could just focus on my game, not think about anything else, because honestly, that hecks me up more times than I care to remember or admit.
Hey.
All right, we fully back now. We got ourselves our first Dig Dogger sighting of the seed.
So, we didn't even have to tell people. They already had their GGs in chat for chessjerk. And we apologize for the technical difficulties. This race did deserve commentary, but
yeah,
so
I heard that.
So Bulleta digging the any key out of 8. I was trying to make Discord work at the same time I was trying to watch the race. So I eventually eventually figured out, whistled unbeaten. Hey, we're joined by chessjerk. GG, CJ.
Thank you very much. How you doing tonight?
Doing good. GG, CJ. Nicely done.
Thank you.
The big deciding part of this race was you found the recorder out of one first, and with it going to unbeaten dungeons, you just blitzed all of them, basically.
Well, all except for one, because I really didn't want 3's Triforce, apparently.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. You left it behind and went back for it. We wondered if you were like leaving a whistle spot as an anchor.
No, it was just a mismark. I mean, it was a mismark off the top when I saw I had number 3 off the top, and then it didn't occur to me, hey, it's second quest stuff. Hey, it's actually number 2, not number 3.
Gotcha.
And it didn't occur to me, and for some reason, yeah, I marked 2 as collected. For some reason, I thought I only had 5 left. So I'm recording and thinking, why is it taking me here? I don't understand. And then I realized, oh, you totally mismarked your tracker. Good job. So that was quite the moment I had right there.
Yeah,
it wasn't the only moment you had. That little controller swap you had. You went down the staircase for 2 and went right up immediately as the item spawned, and we're like, "Whoa, wait a minute! You sort of need that."
It's almost like my controls were reversed. Oh,
yeah.
Wait. If you ever needed confirmation what the red bubble curse was, that was all you needed to see.
Yeah, I didn't think you were I didn't think you were noping out on purpose.
I knew Ganon wasn't required, obviously. That's why I did it that way, because I had a premonition.
Yeah, this did turn out to be a Ganon not required seed after all, didn't it?
It did, but I wasn't about to let him get off that easily.
Oh no, he just got in the way. That's a well-timed bomb upgrade purchased by Bulleta. From out of bombs to 12, just like that.
Yeah, and yeah, that really did make the difference. She didn't get to level 1 for a while, so that the dig of 7 slows you down, but she did mostly the same thing. I think you might have spent a little more time in there than she did, but just not getting to 1 until fairly late really sealed the deal.
Yeah, I mean, given where it was, I definitely felt like I had the advantage after seeing that, especially after seeing that it was 2 unbeaten dungeons. I definitely felt I was ahead because that's not an obvious quick check, given where the power bracelet was.
Yeah.
So, of course, then my extra time spent taking 7 and the extra time not reading my tracker correctly, I felt like they kind of offset each other. So that was that.
Yep. And all in all, that was a good one. So, looking ahead to the next round, who would you rather face of the two opponents? I had challenge up earlier.
I honestly don't know who my next opponents could possibly be.
Let's check that out.
I mean, the obvious answer is this is a random percent tournament. It really doesn't matter. Well, unless you're facing Saber, of course, but it really doesn't matter who you're facing. It's due to the random nature of the seeds. Anyone can beat anyone anytime, unless you're Saber.
So it would be Alsoa versus Zoas 19. You'd face the winner of that series.
All right. I've watched Alsoa play a lot longer, so
Yeah,
I don't know if that means anything. So
I think you'd rank Elso a slight favorite in that, but
possibly, but
not overwhelming.
Not overwhelmingly. Yeah. So obviously my answer is I'd like to face Saber again to redeem myself.
Yeah. Well, the Theorwolf Saber match is coming up. That should be a barn.
Oh yeah, let's definitely definitely watch that. That's going to be a great one.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, same here. That's
definitely going to be a seed to watch, not a seed you're going to want to play, most likely.
Yeah, I think they're doing some crazy side agreements to put on some flags no one else would touch. So.
Well, I believe they're abusing. I want to say abusing the advanced flags tab in the randomizer tool. So, if you ever wanted to see Soreless, Blackout, etc., things like that, though, that may be one reason to watch that race.
Oh gosh. Now I am looking forward to that Saturday night for sure and without a doubt. Oh, and we got a request in chat for a victory dance, by the way.
I'm sure someone can clip my channel from before the race if you want to see the victory dance. I mean, I wasn't doing a victory dance before the race started, but that was, that is the extent of my dance skills. So that's all you need for the representation of my dance skills. I know at least a few people saw it, so they can vouch for me.
I didn't see it. I just heard CD laughing at it while we were setting up before the race.
Apparently I distracted CD so bad that the cropping took longer. So that's all you really need to know about that.
Well, we did get a red candle in level 8, which Bulleta passed on.
Yeah, and she already saw the any key in there too, so she's seen the items. She only has 2 rooms she hasn't been doing. She still doesn't have the Triforce. I don't know if she may have seen the Triforce and passed it up, but I doubt it because I don't.
I was so happy to find the Triforce relatively quickly in 8. That was one of the easiest Triforce and get the heck out of here pickups in my life.
Yeah, even if she had the recorder, it would have been a lot closer. But the 8 dig might have caused a spread.
I mean, I don't even have level 5 filled in my tracker, so I don't know. Was I in? Did I find Triforce in 5 like 2 rooms in or something and just forgot about it?
Well, you guys started with that Triforce, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're right. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Bulleta actually peeked her head in, and funnily enough, it was 2 rooms, and she found it in the Deadwoods, walked in and grabbed the Triforce with a refill and left. But
I don't know how I won this seed then, because I mean, if Record Unbeaten Dungeons wasn't on, I think I'd take like 2 hours to beat the seed, because I grossly mismarked my tracker then. I thought that was 3 over there.
Right, the 4 you started with.
That's not even.
First quest 4,
I'm not even in the right universe for what we started with in this seed. That's great. Fantastic.
So I assume you just marked 4 on your tracker.
No, I marked 3 on my tracker. That was the problem.
Oh,
I marked 3. I'm totally in the wrong universe for what Triforce that was. I have no idea why I thought that was 3. It's not even 3 in first quest. It's just.
It's the opposite corner of first quest 3. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. One of those things. Maybe I need to get more sleep at night. I don't know.
Oh, has Bulleta not seen level 9?
No, she hasn't.
Oh.
And Recorder to Unbeaten Dungeons, I don't believe goes to 9 no matter what. So
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it does not.
I think I want to say the either the instruction manual. There was some official Nintendo guide that incorrectly said that the recorder went to level 9, and it definitely does not in any version of the game.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
The game guides from the late 80s, early 90s were good for one thing, and that was horribly wrong information.
Yeah, particularly there was some. If you look at like the Nintendo Power stuff from very late in the NES cycle, it's obvious that like they were being written by people who hadn't actually played the game for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, right. I remember because I used to have the Final Fantasy 1 guide way back in the day from Nintendo Power, and even as a 10-year-old kid, I figured out these things. Some of the stuff in here is just blatantly wrong. What the heck is this stuff? And if it was obvious to me back then that's all you really need to know.
The other thing about the Zelda 1 manual, there are a couple things that are wrong, and one of it, the explanation of up A kind of makes it sound like any D-pad direction will work, which isn't quite right. And there's an explanation of the drop table in the pullout map that came with the game that says the blue Tektites are in the bomb group.
Well,
they bombed on that one.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well done.
Yeah.
Maybe that goes along with they thought that all blue enemies in the
overworld
and all red enemies in the underworld drop bombs.
Yeah, someone's obviously made a note about blue enemies, and then in the course of translating it, someone mixed it up. Like
maybe they were supposed to be in the bomb drop.
Well, I don't know.
Somebody messed up the coding.
When I was a kid, I
possible.
just remember the blue Tektites and the levers. I very quickly. I don't think I understood that they were drop groups. I just noticed that if I walked the coast and kept killing them, I'd get a lot of money.
Yeah. I remember using red levers were one of my greatest money sources before guineas. So much fun grinding rupees off guineas.
Yeah, I know a lot of people did the guinea farming as kids. I don't think I had saw that until I was an adult. But
I just thought it was cool to kill like 12 enemies with one sword slash. I thought that was
I do remember that, and I know I remember as a kid seeing fairy bombs. I didn't know about the 16 counts. I didn't know what was going on, but it was.
Yeah, that detail escaped me till I was much older.
Yeah.
So apparently all the candle shops are on Death Mountain, except for the one I found. Interesting.
Oh, that's right. Bulleta never found a candle. Oh no, she must have by now.
She must have if she didn't pick up the red candle, yeah.
Oh.
But I only found... Where did I find the one I found?
I'm trying to remember where...
I marked it as an X. Oh no, it was near level 9. It was right next to level 9.
Okay, so...
Pretty sure. Because I bought bait, and then I bought candle at the same time, and then found level 9 right after. Did I even find anything with a candle? I don't think so. I'm looking around my map. Yeah, I don't think candle led to candle led to absolutely nothing.
Outside
it was recorder for recorder for 3, power bracelet for 1.
Where was level 9?
Level 9 was level 9 was burn. You're right. You're right.
So...
That was burn next level near start. Okay. It was near one useful for one thing. That explains why it's taking her so long to find level 9. Because if she never had didn't have candle till late, then she never would have burned the bushes near start. It all makes sense.
Yeah, and she's routing recorder stuff. Now that it's recorded unbeaten and she has all the Triforces now, so even if the things in the mixed quest aren't there, the whirlwind doesn't come.
The whirlwind's taking the rest of the game off.
Yeah.
Nah, the whirlwind's off in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Somewhere. Somewhere where you'll never find it.
Presumably she'll route through the stuff she has left to do south from here and run into 9 pretty soon. Oh, here's the white sword.
Hey, the white sword. Was that the white sword? cave that was at first quest 1.
Also second quest 1. That's just level 1 in both quests.
So that's level 1 straight up. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, she's of course it's a 0 HP Ganon and 0 HP enemy, so there's like one more thing she'll encounter that the White Sword will make any difference on, but still nice to have.
It's good to have her Gleeok.
Yeah.
Although the Gleeok extra heads only had 2 HP, that was nice. I think the first head though had 12. I think I lost count trying to figure out how much HP it had.
You ain't the only one. I also lost count on that.
Is it just me, or is that burn spot on Candle Row? It never seems to be a spot in Mixed Quest. I don't think I've ever seen it as a staircase.
It was a spot in the Mixed Quest Overworld in my race earlier today. So
Was it? Okay.
it happens.
I guess that's just my bias showing.
Yeah.
Or maybe the rando's biased towards you, possibly?
Wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't put it past it for a second.
Or maybe that was yesterday's race. I remember it had to be yesterday's race because I watched Lack's stream afterwards and he commented, "Well, this won't be anything."
There's 9.
Hey, here we are. Second quest 9 shouldn't take too long. Was Ganon actually required? I know you killed him, but I didn't
Nope.
see if there. Okay, there was.
Nope,
No...
it was an open door to her room.
All right. So she could be done pretty. Depending if she makes just the right turn, she could be done very quickly.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a straight shot though, because these shoot rooms kind of got in the way. So actually, let me look at my game. Look on that map.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the problem was I took a staircase to this horizontal shoot room and put me above the chute, and you can't bomb through to there directly that I found. It's possible you go up the left side and off to the right, but that's how I was able to get to the top right corner. God bless one-way staircases. That's in Second Quest 8 normally, I think. The one in the that takes you to the horizontal chute one way. I think that's where that goes. In vanilla, that is.
Yeah, the horizontal shoot one way. There's a vertical shoot one way. Effectively,
is it 9? Yeah,
it's
right.
a 9. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Second Quest 9. It's how you get to game.
But the one where
I saw that one too, didn't I? Didn't I see that one also?
Yeah, you did.
That was in 8 this time.
The one in 9 is just it's technically not a one way, except there's no way to reach the push block and reach the stair at the same time. The one in the horizontal shoot in 8 is literally a one way. There's no push block on one side of it.
Well, it's also hilarious that that's the only way to get to Zelda. That's the magic staircase in vanilla Second Quest.
Yeah, and
spoilers for anyone who hasn't played Second Quest.
Yeah, but it's very clever the way it's set up because you are very likely to find that chute, push that block, and be like, "What the hell?" And if you ever get a chance to watch someone play Second Quest blind, that's always a delightful moment when they're like, "Huh?"
Yep.
And yeah, they cannot complete the game without solving that puzzle, so it's pretty satisfying.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
But then again, who plays Second Quest for fun? Try to remember when my dancing occurred so I can clip it for everyone.
I had to be toward the beginning of the stream.
Yeah, it was while I was setting up, but
I just heard CD's laughter as she was cropping you.
Yeah. I'm looking for my arms in the air in the preview when I'm going across my time. Alright, I think I got it. Here we go. Oh man. You ever see yourself dance and think, why? Just why? But I'll let everyone else share in this. The wonder that... All right, chat, enjoy that.
And Bulleta has the silver arrows. I'll be checking out that clip later.
I'm so glad clips go on an infinite loop if you don't do anything. Just watch the dance moves forever.
All right, so she has her silvers. We don't have audio on comms, but she's good chance she's heard the roar, right? I don't remember. Was Ganon?
Ganon was all the way in the left.
Okay, so maybe she doesn't.
It's almost as far away from Zelda as possible.
Okay, so if she hasn't heard it, she's at least going in the right direction, more or less.
Bit of a problem with those gorillas camping the entrance.
I think someone in chat commented that Patra was masking the roar. Did you know Ganon was in the room when you walked in?
Yeah, I heard the little audio blip and I thought, ooh, he must be close. So it means I've heard it. I've heard it so many times that it's. I mean, it is very, very subtle, but when you've heard it enough, you can definitely hear how it's like it almost skips like a second or like a half second of the roar of the normal roar of whatever boss is in the room. It's really strange, but it's when you hear if you heard it enough, you can tell like it's a weird. Yeah.
Well, if Bulleta missed it in the Patra room, she just heard it in the maze room because she's going back to the Patra room.
Yeah.
So she will be in the Ganon fight right now.
Yep. Here's Ganon.
So with the white sword will take -1 hits. Oh,
yeah, I think Ganon should already be dead because she has a white sword.
Right. As soon as you pick up the white sword, Ganon just has a heart attack. You hate to see it happen.
He should just spawn brown.
Yeah. I'm curious if Patra has the compass. Isn't the compass in the dark room normally?
Yeah,
I can't remember if
it
drop
is.
rooms were shuffled.
I don't. They weren't in this seed. No, I was able to call every drop. So yeah, that Patra should have the compass. Has she seen the door? Or well,
no, I don't think she went up that. She didn't get up that far. Yeah. It's a shame too, because the eyes of Patra are 0 HP, but makes Patra a little bit easier to kill. Although I think I had like 2 hearts at the time, so I wasn't really in the mood to try to kill Patra. I was in the mood to get out of the room.
Understandable. Although, to be honest, I thought Patra had the map.
I heard that somewhere. And I also assumed that hints were deceptive because the hint I got for Power Bracelet block recorder was. Oh no, that was true.
That was true.
That's right. That
was the only. That was the only helpful hint we saw.
Yeah.
We saw a hint shop. Bulleta bought all 3 hints in the shop, and they were all community hints. So it was mixed hints. But the hint shop just happened to be garbage.
Fantastic.
And that's gonna do it. But get your GGs in chat for Bulleta, who finishes with an SRL time of 1 hour, 14 minutes, 22 seconds.
GG.
And Bulleta will not be joining us, so I think we'll say goodnight. There's another race, I think, going on still, right? over on Randomania 2.
I believe that's correct. Random Effect Zarnax have a doubleheader tonight.
Yeah. So
I mean, on top of that double header, there's also the following games for tomorrow, as well as the second, as well as a game 3 between Fried Teeth and Chrono. That's also in progress. Unless I'm mistaken. But anyway, looking to tomorrow.
There's a race going on Crimson Havoc's channel, and a race going on Randomania 2. I'm not sure where we're going from here, but
yeah, we've got Alsoa versus Zoas 19 at 5, followed by the kickoff of a doubleheader between Catastrophe and Captain Green. And then at 7, Crimson Avix versus Nochibato in Game 2 of their series. And at 8, Cantaloupe Me versus TA 909. Then tomorrow at 9, Raiko Rider and Amazing Toaster start their first game of their series. And then we also have Sis Crutcher versus Angel FM at that time, along with Elendar versus Almighty Babino at 9:30, and to round out the night, Eat My Steel taking on the creator F. Coughlin at 10:30. So lots of Zelda 1 rando action tomorrow night, folks.